up? We're live, baby. Oh, man. Oh, man. We got a situation. All right, let's lock in, baby. MLB Tuesday. We got an early game live. Nothing for the early game, but we got action for the rest of the day. The free play already dropped. The video is up. We smacked yesterday on Monday Night Football. We're here to smack MLB Tuesday. I've been saying it's the most profitable day of the week for MLB. In the last two Tuesdays, 4-1. Man of my word. Let's lock in. Larry Bird, what's up? How's it hanging? How you doing? Slide this over there. Get a better shot. Let's lock in, baby. Yeah, big day to clean up on MLB. We don't have many more opportunities like this, you know? We don't have many more opportunities to just feast on MLB the way we're about to today, the way we are about to the rest of this week. We'll be putting up plays throughout the MLB playoffs. I'll drop a fresh look on futures going into the playoffs, but I'm still riding with my Yankees plus 900 ticket from March. Everybody on the SoBet is still riding with that play, so definitely get after it. To Commanders minus 4.5 for plus 500 yesterday, Josh. Good for you. Good stuff. Good stuff. And very fortunate how that game played out, too. The missed field goal and 2-point conversion. That worked perfectly. Love to hear it. Love to hear a big ticket hitting. Yeah, we smacked on the over in that game, but the Bengals sold the square. They smacked on props 3-1. Ended up 4-2 plus 3 units. Hit our big play. We're 7-0 on multi-unit NFL plays now this season. 7-0, unheard of, except when I just told you right now. All right, what are people looking at? Let's get into the game. We're going to get into the slate. I will share the write up for this free play here in a moment. If you want the full slate, it's up on SoBet as always, and we'll get into people's questions. If people are looking at specific games, specific questions, we'll get into that. If I miss your question, run it back. I'll get after it again. Levi says Tigers in the game that's about to begin. The under is at 6.5 in that game. Tigers been playing some good ball. I think that that's pretty decent. I ultimately decided to stay away on that early spot. Ultimately decided to stay away on that early spot. But if you want to ride with the Tigers at minus 190, that's just too juicy for me. I love Scooble. The minus 1.5 is tempting, but in a game that's probably going to be very low scoring, it's not great. Judge for over 1.5 bases isn't great. Just hitter props in general, there's too much variance. I don't think there's much. I don't think there's much value on that. Raised bats are hot. I mean, I think the over 6.5 is okay. Scooble's been great all season, but he's slightly overvalued. He's had a couple times he's gotten into trouble early. And the 6.5 is just such a low number that there's very little room for error pitching wise at all. And you know if the bats just do a little something, they're going to be good to go. But shout out to everyone. I'm not sure if I can see the chat right now on my Twitter and YouTube. I'm not sure if I can see the chat. So if someone wants to say something, anything, see if it shows up for me. Go ahead with that. But everyone else, you got a question, anything you're looking at specifically, we're gonna get into it. Let's go. They bumped him to. I'm fixing the screen so I can read everything. Yeah. They bumped him to 7.5 Ks. I mean, you have to think about it. It's basically playoff baseball for the Tigers. So that means that Scooble, if they need him to throw 110 pitches, they're going to do that. If this were a team that's out of playoff contention or a mediocre pitcher they don't want, he's getting yanked earlier. But Scooble is going to be used for every last batter they can get out of him today. So it makes sense that his strikeout number is higher. 7.5 for him isn't crazy either. Twins, Marlins, San Diego money line. Yeah, I think the Padres are in a good spot today. Twins, Marlins. The Twins are in must-win playoff baseball right now as well, but they're not really playing great ball. Um, Weathers against Ober. I think with Ober on the bump, the Twins are pretty strong. It's just not like any sort of value coming in on the Twins at the money line. Um, Ober's been pitching great, and it's another situation. You can lean heavier. You can lean heavier on the strong pitchers because it's a max leverage situation. They're going to be used as much as possible. That's something to consider. I think Ober is one of the more undervalued pitcher. He's been very solid for the Twins. I think it's a good spot. You're just not getting any value on it. Mariners to win the series. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think the Twins take this one. I just don't think that there's value on the play. It's more about that. It's not that the Twins can't win this game or something. It's just what kind of value are you getting on this race? Tigers, who I like. I like the Tigers, but again, it's minus 190. I'm not taking a minus 190 money line in the MLB. If you wanted to ride the over in that game, I'd be on board with an over in that spot. Again, I don't have an official play for this one. I stayed away, but I think if you had to take action in the game, I think the over would be the play. If you want all my action, the full slate's up on SoBet. I'm gonna go ahead and read you this write up. I'm gonna read you guys this write up for my free play of the day. If you want the free play every single day, I drop it in my Telegram. That's in my links. It's totally free to join. And if you want the full slate every single day, it goes up on SoBet. Get involved. We've been feasting. Get involved. Get the full slate every single day. MLB, college football, NFL, NBA starting in a few weeks. So definitely lock in, get involved. You think the minus one is all right? The minus one is all right, but it's still not great value. Again, if anything in that game you want to take action in anything in that game, it would be the over. 6.5. It's crazy light. And usually when numbers are really low or really high, they're that way for a reason. They could be even lower or higher. But in this spot, I think again, it's a lean. It's not like my play, but yeah, it's the over. All right, so I'm gonna read this free play because it pertains with what you just pitched me right now. Over 1.5 home runs. I don't know about that. That's just there's too much variance in that spot. I would leave it alone. All right. Can I get a drum roll in the chat, please? Can I get a drum roll in the chat? Can I get a drum roll in the chat? I'm about to drop today's free play of the day. Rocco said he needs a winner. If Rocco needed a winner, he would be on the SoBet getting them every single time. Facts. Facts, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. I see drums. I see drums. Who wants it? Who wants it? I'm going to tell you right now before I read this play. This is a plus money play. It's a great opportunity, great value on this play, and that's what I've been preaching for the last couple weeks since the NFL season began is that MLB Tuesdays are where it at. MLB Tuesdays are when all the NFL losers come to the MLB on Tuesday. They don't know ball, they're not watching games, they just have a random vague idea of what team might be good in the MLB and they hammer those teams and they shift lines and we get great value. That's why the public is on the Braves and that's why we're on the Mets. Money line at plus 120. This is beautiful value. This should be plus 100. Okay? It's basically an early playoff game. Both teams are battling for a wild card spot. The public's all over Atlanta. And I'm not a big fan of public splits except on Tuesdays. It's the same thing for NBA Tuesdays throughout the rest of the NFL season. Pay attention, okay? Public's all over Atlanta. The pitching matchup favors them too slightly if you really believe in Schwellenbeck. But I like what we've seen from Severino. The Mets have been one of the best teams on the road all year, 63 and 36 since June 1st, which is the best in baseball. Severino's been pitching better of late. He's got 2.81 ERA and a 1.03 WHIP in 4 September starts. 2 of them were against Philly, who's nasty. Give me the Mets to get the dub today. Lock it in. Let's have ourselves a feast. Sorry, I just got the weirdest DM. Mets on a 14-4 run. Mets have been playing great ball. Nobody believes it. I'm telling you, the public bettors on Tuesdays are like, the Braves are supposed to be really good this year, right? They've been paying attention. They think Ronald Acuna's playing. They think Spencer Strider's on the Braves. The Braves were supposed to be one of the best teams in baseball this year, right? All right, well, I'm going to get back my money that I lost all weekend. I'm just going to hammer MLB. We could just take the Braves, right? Idiots. And they're going to allow us to feast. Brewers Pirates over. I need a opinion. We'll talk about Brewers Pirates in a second. You got Braves Chinese. All right, sorry. If it hit, you're signing up, says Scott. Get involved, baby. Get involved. If you want to lock in, get the plays on SoBet every single day. The slate is up. If you want to go get it, the slate is up. A lot of you, I dropped a free play for you yesterday. It was the over in the Bengals Commanders game, and there wasn't a single punt or turnover in the game for the first time in 84 years of NFL. So, if you want the full slate, it's up on SoBet. Shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I'll send you the discount code right now. You get the full slate on SoBet every single day. If you shoot me a DM, I'll get you a discount. You're on for less than $10 a month. It runs the full month, so it's a 30 days. It's not like for the rest of September. It's a full month, which means in that period of time, you're going to have 4 NFL Sundays. You're going to have all the basically the whole playoffs. Yeah, the rest is dropping in a second. Field of Dreams. No, the on Main. The rest is dropping on Main in a second. Field. Don't you worry. So yeah, lock in now. Now's the best time. Early college football is when it's best. For system plays. NFL, we're locked in. I got some early lines on NFL. They'll probably drop on SoBet as well. So, like I said, if you want all the plays every single day, Shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll slide you the discount link, and you're riding with the sports betting messiah. Let's go, baby. Phillies, Commanders, Bills parlay last night. Nice, Mikey. Good work. All right. All right. Mets run line. Lock it in, says Fabian. It's a money line play. Fabian, what do you mean run line when they're dogs? What do I think of the Tigers? It's too juicy. It's too juicy, J14. Like I think the Tigers win, but at minus 190, there's no value in the play. I'm not taking that. What up, Nate Dog? Good to see you. Someone was asking about the Brewers Pirates. Someone was asking about the Brewers Pirates over spot today. Myers has actually been throwing the ball pretty well. Josh Allen MVP, that's a fact. You too, Nate. Kevin, that's just the only one that's dropped so far. You get all the if you're on SoBet, you'll get all the main plays. They're dropping shortly. Nervous about the Mets? Should I bet first five? I think you're getting better value on the full game, to be honest. You think Dodgers game under? We'll talk about that in a sec. So, in terms of the Pirates Brewers over, I would rather take Brewers run line because I like Myers. He's been throwing the ball well. Falter, better numbers than you'd expect, but his stuff is pretty bad. The Brewers are hitting the ball well. The one thing about this game is the Brewers just clinched. The Brewers just clinched, so there's a lot of variance after that. Hungover players, they partied. The game doesn't really matter too much. You're going to be safe with your pitchers. So a lot of weird stuff as a result of that, and that's why I'm not on Brewers run line. So I think you're just going to get an unusual game, and my lean is to stay away from that, given the fact that they just clinched, and you're going to see some weird baseball. Um, yeah, it's not a normal game, and we got to pay attention. It's the last week of MLB. We got to pay attention to games that we can treat like playoff games, and games where it's like we can't touch props, we can't deal with people because it's going to be all over the place. Az, you're saying Tigers money line? Don't come in here giving me a minus 190 play. My thoughts are it's minus 190. I'm not taking a minus 190 in the MLB. There's a world in which I would take a minus 190 NFL play if I felt like the minus 190 was a really nice line and it should be a minus 240. But in the MLB, I'm never taking a minus 190. Come on. You think they're winning 65% of the time? No. Yeah, minus 190. Took Tigers minus one. Don't mind that juice. It's a little better, but even the minus one, like obviously you're not risking a higher chance of losing, but even so. Even so, I mean, this is a tight game. Pepio is kind of nice. I do think the over is probably better in this spot. Game's delayed. That might add some weirdness because the game got delayed late, which means the pitcher's probably warmed up, which means pitchers are warming up and then they're going cold for a while and then coming back in. Sometimes that's weird. Um, Yeah. Sorry, I'm sending through a couple of these discount links. If you shot me a DM on Instagram, the first 10 people looks like 8 now. First next 8 people to shoot me a DM on Instagram, I'll slide you the discount link. You get on SoBet, you get all my plays. After 10 people sign up, the link goes void. That's the rules, baby. Come get involved. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Play today, Cam, is the Mets money line plus 120, 2-unit play, and then the full slate is up on SoBet for anyone who wants it. Shoot me a DM on Instagram or check my links. Take the over on the Nationals game. Took Kremer over 4.5. Hits allowed. Thoughts? I think that he might get dropped early. I think that he might get dropped early. That's my only concern. He might get pulled early, and that would hurt it just because they are where they are. Cam, I just shot you that DM. Let's go, baby. Let's ride. Take the over on the Nats game. Let's talk about it. Nats game. What are we looking at? We've got Reagan's Parker. You really want to take the over in a game that Reagan's is throwing? What's your thought on that? What's your thought process? There's a must-win game for the Royals. They're dialed in. They're playing playoff baseball against Parker, who's bad, with Reagan's on the mound. If anything, you take the Royals team total over, but you're not trying to fade Cam, I just DM'd you. You're not trying to fade Reagan's and take an over in this spot. Especially because this is basically playoff baseball, which means for guys like Reagan's, like top tier pitchers, they're gonna get left in. We're gonna milk every last drop out of them. You know what I'm saying? You're treating it like a playoff spot. You're not gonna be careful and pull him early. If your ace is throwing the ball well, he's staying in. Yeah, Royals are literally one game away from being bounced out. Exactly, Stanley. They need to go get this game. They're pulling out all the stops. Nerfy in the Detroit game, too juicy, Charles. It's got a good chance of hitting, but the juice is too much. Run line KC. You could go KC team total over. Parker's pretty bad. You could go run line. I don't hate it. When's the Detroit game going? I don't know. It's in a delay right now, so we gotta wait till they get that sorted. I don't. You think I'm God? You think I'm in charge of the weather? You think I'm making those calls myself? Prize Picks lowered your limit to $10 on discounts. Hey, that's a badge of honor. By the way, did everyone see the guy who hit the $117,000 parlay? Everyone saw the. Yeah, Mikey, I'm on it, bro. Come on, I heard your prayers already. I got you. Everyone see the guy who hit a $117,000 parlay and now he's selling picks? That's hilarious. Bro hits a $117,000 three-leg parlay, right? And I made a video about it. I made a long video about it. Yeah, exactly, Mikey. Off to video. Yeah, it's incredible and it was really cool. But this guy is now positioning himself as an expert and people can pay for his picks. Let me tell you something. BR Betting, the site that promotes all that stuff, is propaganda, right? They're trying to push people to do parlays. The sports books make 85% of their money off parlays, right? Because you're always hearing about the ones that hit. It's like the lottery, right? Someone wins the lottery every single time, and the state makes millions of dollars, right? They're trying to have people donate. So the books make 85% of their money off parlays. That's where the huge amount of money. Most of them massive long shot crazy parlays, right? So that's why they're pushing these. Also, you see BR betting, they'll also always push a parlay when it's like he just needs one more leg, and the leg is like the Panthers to win the Super Bowl. And everyone's like, "Oh my god, if that last leg hits, they're going to win $2 million." It's like, "Bro, yeah, if and it's not gonna." But they still got the hype. They still got people like, "Oh my god, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine?" Thinking that's gonna be me someday. So they're locking in. Nice, Nate. They're locking in their $10 long shot parlays every single day. You're donating $10 a day on your parlay that will never hit. It's like buying scratch off tickets. It's just not happening. Yeah, BR betting is just wanting more people to post lays. You say that, and they are, and they're making money off the content, but they are pushing parlay propaganda. They're sponsored, they're paid by all of the books, like a subscription, exactly. So you're just donating consistently on shit that'll never hit, right? And this guy hits. Okay, two things. One, he had a $250 free play. You don't get a $250 free play if you're a winning better. You get a $250 free play because the sports books love you because you're always putting up these crazy parlays and losing money. And they're like, come on back. I'll give you 250 bucks. Now come play. Okay, so he's going to do that, right? He's probably going to be like, all right, well, I'm going to keep 20K in my account because I still won. I'm going to keep 17K in my account and I'm going to pull the 100K. And then I'm going to pay taxes on that. So it's really like 55K after he pays taxes on that. Now he's got 17K in the account and he loses the 17K because now he's launching $1,000 parlays, right? He's launching $1,000 parlays because who cares? I got 17K to rip with. I can do it. Who cares about $1,000? You miss a couple of those, you're like, fuck, I'm down $2,000. Let me get that back. So you put down 4K on a lock, on a guarantee, on an easy one. Brick. All right, now you're done. Now I need more. Also, winning $1,000 doesn't do shit for me. I made a six-figure win. I got to chase. That guy will lose $117,000 and then some. Okay? He will lose more than the $117,000. And people are going to pay to get his picks, to subscribe to his picks. Listen, there's no research and analysis that goes into picking a three-leg first touchdown scoring parlay. You could have your reasoning. Yeah, Jamar Chase. Of course, Jamar Chase. He's a great wide receiver. He's one of Burrow's favorite targets. Sure, that makes sense. Every touchdown score makes sense. And in retrospect, if you hit a course, it makes sense. There's no real research and analysis you can do on that because there's way too much variance, okay? You could do research on, I think this guy will go over on yards because he'll probably get more targets and he does well with yards after catch and the defense plays kind of soft, so there's going to be a bigger cushion. And I expect the defense to give up more points, so they're going to need to pass more, et cetera, et cetera. But when it comes to getting into the end zone, it's a little tougher. Sometimes we do ATD. I had Chase ATD. But if you're doing first touchdown score, that's not really research. That's luck. And that's fine. Congrats. Awesome win. Whatever. But he does this. He gets pushed by BR betting for parlay propaganda so people can come in and donate. That's a $117,000 investment by the sports books on getting more people to chase that high. He's going to donate at least half of that back, probably all of it and then some. And now people are going to be like, yo, I got to get like that. I got to get these guys picks. Just saying. I talked about this. I made a video about it. And I talked about the interview that I did with Front Office Sports where I said that the majority of people that are putting out picks and putting out analysis are scamming. And I mean that. If you're flexing your watch, your car, your chain, your cash, it's not because your analysis is good. You're just rich already. $1 million Marco. Yeah, I made 100K yesterday. Yeah, off a $200,000 bet. If you make money betting, see, if you make money betting, real money, every person I see on TikTok comes with the same picks, comes out with the same picks with million sterling. Here's the deal. I put my picks out. You can pay for my picks. How like Vegas would allow that to happen. You say that, but there's just as many people on the other side. The splits usually aren't as crazy. Um, yeah, exactly. Saying I put out like a parlay on Sundays for fun. I put out a couple like long shot, like 8-1, 15-1, one like Hail Mary, like 30-1, and I do like a tenth of a unit. We had a 38-1 parlay on Sunday. It was for 0.1 units, and we needed the Falcons to hit to get it. We hit Green Bay, we hit Eagles, we hit Panthers. So it was a really good luck until the Falcons blew it. But like, yeah, we put 0.1 units on that. If we hit one in 17 weeks, we profit. If we miss every single one, we're down 1.7 units. Who cares? That's a reasonable approach, and it's fun, and it's Sunday. But the point is, exactly, yeah, Matty Betts is cool too. And he knows his UFC stuff, which I don't know, so that's cool. That's crazy, Ethan. That's how it goes. But exactly, he got his bet limited, and this guy got a $250 free bet. It's because he's losing money. Okay, so it's not that people that sell picks, literally myself included, don't make money, but I realize that I'm not making crazy amounts of money. I'm not making a living off of the profit I've made from bets. I have a $100 unit. Last year we went up 180 units. That's 18 grand. That's nice, but that's not a living. But most people aren't profitable. So if I say you give me $10 a month, you ride with my plays every month, $10 is nothing to someone who's betting on sports. It's 30 cents a day. It's less than 10 cents a play, right? And now instead of losing every month, you're making a little bit of money. Maybe you're doing a $50 unit or a $10 unit, and now you're up $60 on the month from riding with me, right? And you paid me $10 to go up $60 or $100, right? Ethan, yeah, use a different site. Patrick, get my units up. But the point is that, so that's my perspective, and that's the perspective of most people that have subscriptions where you can get all the plays, because it is hours of analysis and research that wouldn't be worth it just for me to make 18 grand a year off the picks, right? Exactly, Jansen. You keep stacking. So that's my approach. That's how I go about it. That's also part of the reason that my subscription price is so low, $10 a month, right? Anyone can afford that if they're betting on sports, and anyone can profit on it, even if their unit size is $2, $3, $4, $5. Only takes a couple units for you to be up. Yesterday we went up 3 units. If you had a $4 unit size, your month is paid for. So that's my approach. I think that's the only ethical way. I'll be honest. There was a period where I had only a handful of clients, and they paid me $500 a play, which is crazy. But these are whales. These are guys that are betting 10K. Could I up my unit to 200 and make 36K? Yeah, theoretically, cease. But my system, the way that I like increase my unit size is more methodical than that, because there's variance. So my unit's more like 120, and I like look to make 20K. Um, you know, but I'm also banned from certain books now too, so I can't lock in the exact action. So it's a little harder. I don't make quite as much as my subscribers make, because I don't always get quite as good lines because of the books that I'm not allowed to use. But yeah, I can make more. And theoretically, right, I could go up to 1,000 and make 180K, right? Um, yeah, $5 is, it doesn't matter. $1 unit size or 10 cents unit size doesn't matter. Um, it's whatever your bankroll is divided by 50. So 2% of your bankroll is a unit. So if you have $250 to bet with, $5 would be a unit. And then we track ROI, return on investment. So from $50 to $100, it's just as difficult as 50K to 100K. It's all about relative profit, right? Anyway, so I say all that, like, yeah, I could bet more. The other thing though is, say I was doing $1,000 units, right? There are inevitable highs and lows to betting. One, on the high, I would get limited from all the books on that. That's why I don't really surpass 100. Two, Stein, I literally am. There's videos about it, screenshots, all that. I'm not saying, and I've clarified this before, I'm not banned from the books because I won so much money that I got banned from them. I've talked about this before. They don't give me a reason, but I'm 99% sure I'm banned from a book because I made a video about a certain book, which I can't say, but I made a video about a certain book, and I called them scammers, and I said blah 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 about them, and they contacted one of my sponsors. They said, tell Petey to take this video down or we're going to drop our deal with you. So one of my sponsors was like, can you just take this down? And I took down the video because of that. And I was banned from the book shortly after. Obviously, that was the reason why. It's not because, holy shit, you made some money. I talked about this yesterday. On MGM, I DM'd customer support and said I want to place $1 million bet. Obviously, I was kidding. I did it for a bit. I made a video on it, and it was a funny video, but I got banned from that book. I'm sure it's because I DM'd or because I messaged customer support and said I want to place $1 million bet, which obviously wasn't going to count as a bet. I did it for content. So that's the reason I'm banned. It's not because I made so much insane amounts of money, because it's a $100 unit. My biggest month ever. This mute. My biggest month ever was like plus 43 units. That's 4.3K. Our biggest month this year, I should say. Who do I like tonight? Gilbert over 5.5Ks. Anyway, that's the whole spiel. But the point is just like, check out the video. Honestly, it's a 2-minute video. It's on the other account, Pick 'em Petey with 2 Ys. I would really recommend checking it out. I really talk about what goes on in the sports betting industry and how this is set up and how predatory this industry is and what they try to do. Everyone talks about, oh, this game's a trap, that's a trap, this is a trap. The real trap is the general push, the advertising, the marketing, what the sports betting industry is trying to get you to do. That's the real trap. It's the most recent video up on Pick 'em Petey with 2 Ys. So I've got 2 accounts. It's Pick 'em Petey 2 Ys. If you're on Instagram, it's my most recent post. And if you're on TikTok, it's Pick 'em Petey 2 Ys, the most recent video. And yeah, I just talk about what goes on. If you're on Twitter, it's my most recent tweet or second most recent tweet, definitely most recent video tweet. But anyway, if you want to check that out, yeah. Also, saying trap is just so common and so like cliche. Like I'll say something's a trap in my title because everyone will click on that video. But the trap from the industry, at least the trap from the industry is what they're trying to get you to do from a general perspective. It's not about an individual game. It's about getting as many people to bet as often as possible, as recklessly as possible, with as little thought as possible. And the most important stat you need to pay attention to is the fact that sportsbooks make 85% of their profit from parlays. 85%. They would not exist if it weren't for parlays. Period. They don't make enough of a margin on normal bets for it to be worth it. They spend billions of dollars in advertising, literal billions. Yeah. Royal spread first 5 innings. It's okay, not great value. Um, I would say the over in that game. If you had to take action, I would prefer the over. The 85% number from is literally from DraftKings. It's in that video too. I show a screenshot, but it's literally from the books. They're legally obliged to report their earnings to their board, right? So because these are corporations, the DraftKings, FanDuel, Caesars, these are massive corporations, right? And they have shareholders, so they need to report to the shareholders. The account is called Pick 'em Petey, Ethan. 2 Ys. It's Pick 'em Petey. There's just an extra Y at the end of it. You'll see it. It's the one with like 48 point something thousand followers. It's that account. Um, they also have to report the amount of money that they spend on advertising. You see, it's hundreds of millions of dollars, and that shouldn't surprise you. You got A-list celebrities running constant commercials. VIP MLB will be posted shortly, Josh. Nothing for the early game, so it's not as much of a rush. But wrapping those up, we'll push them through. Ray struggle hitting wise and facing a Cy Young winner. Yeah, no, I mean, I think that the Royals, or sorry, not the Royals. I think that the Tigers win this game. I'm just saying it's a minus 190 spot, and the Rays have been hitting the ball a little bit better lately. So I don't think that it's good value. I'm not saying I don't think it hits. I'm saying I don't think it's good value, meaning in the long run, if you took it at minus 190 100 times, you wouldn't profit from doing it. That's my point. When I say it doesn't have value, that's what I'm saying. All right. I've yapped a lot. We're going to get back to these games. I'm going to answer some of these questions, talk about some of these games. But if you want all my plays, they're up on SoBet every single day. It's in my links if you want to get involved. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram. I still got a few more of these. If you shoot me a DM on Instagram, I'll drop you the discount code. You're on within seconds. You're in for less than $10 a month. You're riding with the sports betting messiah. You get the full slate today. You get it every single day. MLB. NFL, college football. Won't be long until we're doing NBA as well. And NBA props, especially early on in the regular season, are a feast. So you want to get involved now, I'm telling you. Come do your thing. Collect the rest of this MLB cash. Keep riding throughout NFL and college football. Field, it's dropping shortly. We don't have any afternoon plays. So I'm just wrapping something up. Thoughts on Tigers losing out? I don't think that happens. Um, so yeah, get involved. It's in my links. It's SoBet. It's in my links. It's SoBet. Get involved. So doing. Will I be doing MLB playoff props? Not really, low, because throughout the MLB, you'll see some, but it'll be rare. Throughout the MLB, props are usually bad value. Sometimes we find a line that's really good, but a lot of times there's a lot less predictability for pitcher props because they're going to get pulled early or they're going to get pulled really late or we're going to do a weird situation. You see more and more year after year managers move around the way they use their pitchers in a non-traditional way throughout the MLB playoffs. So you're going to see a lot of variance there. Why do I say the MLB? It's just MLB. The MLB is what people refer to the MLB as. I understand that it's not grammatically correct to say the Major League Baseball, but people refer to the MLB all the time. The MLB is one of the biggest professional sports leagues. Aaron Judge is one of the best hitters in the MLB. Shohei Ohtani might be the greatest two-way player in the history of the MLB. The NFL, the NBA, and the MLB are three of the biggest professional sports leagues. Bro, you're out of your mind. This has to be a troll, and honestly, I kind of respect it. The more insane, the better. But yeah, it's the MLB. What is the free play? The free play is from the MLB today. And I'm going to read it to you now for people that joined more recently. Free plays in the MLB. If you want the free play every single day, I drop it in my Telegram as well. In my Telegram, it's free in my links. I drop the free play in there with the write up, everything, blah, blah, blah. Get involved. And if you want the full slate, it's up on SoBet in my links as well. Here you go. Mets, money line, plus 120. Got it on DK, 2 units to win 2.4 units. Pretty much an early playoff game. Both teams are battling for a wild card spot. Public's all over Atlanta. And I always say this, MLB Tuesdays are when we fade the public the most. It's NFL bettors, lost a lot of money over the weekend, chasing losses, no thought. Mets. Public's all over Atlanta. Pitching matchup favors them too, you would think, with Schwanbeck, but the Mets have been one of the best teams on the road all year, and they're 63-36 since June 1st, which is the best in baseball. Best in all of the MLB. Severino's been pitching better as of late. He's got 2.81 ERA, a 1.03 whip, and 4 September starts, 2 of which are against Philly. Nasty hitting team. Give me the Mets to get the dub tonight. Lock it in. Beast. Go Mets. Go team. Go get that money. One more time. One more time. Over 8 in the Phillies game. No Lindor, though. No Lindor. No McNeil. Not really worried about McNeil, but no Lindor. What do you think about DK Scooble 7 plus K strikeout promo? It's not a bad spot because they'll probably leave him in a little bit longer. I shouldn't say leave him in a little bit longer. They're going to try to get the max out of him. Any props that I like, Ethan? Yeah, we'll have the full prop site up. Yeah, I'm not a parlay guy. I'll drop like one or two a week, I would say. One or two a week, kind of just like NFL Sunday to have a fun tale. I drop the life changing parlay every Sunday morning, but it's more for like content, you know. What's good, David? Under 6.5 in the Tigers? No, I'm staying away. I'm staying away from that game. But if I had to choose a side, I would take the over. It's a low line. Uh, Scooble's been great, but there's a tiny bit of weakness there, a tiny bit of variance there. I think these teams are. Sorry, I got distracted by some hate. Um, yeah, I think that there's better value on the over. Opinions on Saints Padres money line. I don't know about the Saints. Saints Falcons is probably a game I'm staying away from. I could look about it a little bit. I'm not playing the over, Jay. I'm just saying if you had to take a side. Normally when the over under is really low, it's that way for a reason, and you take the under. But there's just no room for error. The Rays are hitting the ball a little bit better. The delay probably favors the over. Like it won't be raining much throughout the game. They're delayed until it stops. Still think Yankees win it all? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Still riding with the Yankees to win the World Series plus 900 ticket we grabbed in March. Guys, our MLB futures absolutely smacked. Absolutely smacked. We had the over on Royals wins. We had the under on Braves wins. We had the under on Dodgers wins. Smack, smack, smack. Um, Not a fan of underdog or better platform. Your thoughts, Norris? They're kind of all the same. Lord Maximus with the money gun. We love it. That's what we're doing it to Vegas today. Blasting them with the money gun, except the other way around. But you get it. You understand. You get it. Yeah, I mean, I don't underdog, better, sleeper, all that. They're pretty much the same. I just can't stand the better platform, like social media wise, and the whole Jake Paul, how he'll just be like, yeah, I'm gonna start selling anything now. It's popular. I guess I have a version of that, and like, I'll just make a video about it. I can't stand that fat fuck. All right, all right. We're gonna talk about this Mariners game. Then I'm gonna hop out of here. Know of any good books in Georgia? Qmon, yeah. Rebet. Rebet's available anywhere. It's in my links. You get a $100 deposit if you want to do it. Qmon, shoot me a DM or just check my links. You'll see Rebet. You can use it in Georgia. You get all the normal lines, everything. Shoot me a DM if you have any questions. But that's my best recommendation. Astros winning. Um, Guy who just DM'd me on Discord. I'll hit you back in a second. Let's talk about this Mariners game. It's a good question, but I've got an answer for you. Yeah, we're gonna talk Mariners before we wrap it up. So Gilbert on the mound against Valdez. Hugely important game for both these teams. Basically, playoff baseball. Mariners hanging on for dear life. Astros trying to close it out. Valdez has been throwing the ball well. I'm leaning under in this spot. I have to look at it a little bit more. Um, Definitely leaning under in this spot, but I think the Mariners are more capable of popping off. Or sorry, the Astros are more capable of popping off offensively, and having a breakthrough game than I see for the Mariners. First five unders not bad. TS 81. I got to look at it more, but those are just the initial leans. But I definitely would not take the Mariners in this spot. I like the way Valdez has been throwing the ball, and the Mariners can't really hit. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up here for the day. Check out that video I was talking about though on the other account. Check out the most recent video for the free play. And if you want all my plays every single day, they're up on SoBet. And I'll do this. If 10 people join today, I'm dropping the slate shortly. I'm gonna drop the full prop slate for everyone as well. The full VIP prop slate for everyone as well. If we get 10 people to join. So lock in. It's in my links, less than $10 a month. Get the discount rate for everyone. We're doing that. Why not? Get involved. Let's go back to back. Let's have a huge day. Any questions about anything we talked about? Shoot me a DM or whatever, preferably on Instagram. Uh, yeah, one of the games goes over 11. Yeah, probably. I just there's not one specific where I'm like it'll probably be this, but yeah. Yes, sir, Lex. All right, gang. We're gonna wrap it up. The full slate goes up on SoBet shortly. It's in my links if you want to get involved. Let's have a huge day. Cheers, gang. Love all you, except for the ones I hate.